victory sewers. Just when you thought it was safe to go back to the sewing machine, the teeth of terror arrive. Fear not, my victory sewers, because we're going to learn how to turn this into this. Let's roll up our sleeves. We can do this. The zip, it's just a simple plastic zip. So we're going to take the front part of the zip, the bit that is exposed to the outside world, and we're going to put it face down on the correct side or the right side of our fabric. I'm just using 2 pieces of the same size fabric to simply show you how to install the most basic way of doing the zip. This would be used in perhaps a little zip tote bag or a little makeup purse or something like that. So we put the zip face down with the edge of the zipper tape lined up with the edge of the fabric. Now I am leaving some space at the top because normally when you install a zip, if you've got a hem or a seam at the top, you're going to need some wiggle room. So we're just coming down from there a little, and I am going to pin. Now my pins are going to be head down and point up towards the zipper pull because it makes it a lot easier to remove them when we're sewing. So for this one I'll probably use 3 or 4 pins just to make sure that it's attached securely. The next thing you'll need is the right foot. A zipper foot is the skinny one, and instead of having a hole in the middle like your regular zigzag or straight stitch foot, you've got little notches left and right, and your needle has to actually be moved over to either side, either one side or the other, otherwise your needle is actually going to hit the top of that foot and break. Now the reason we need a skinny foot and our needle off centre is so we can get as close to the zipper teeth, those plastic teeth, as possible with our stitching line. So I'm just going to install this foot. I'm going to move my needle over to the left because I'm working on the right hand side of the zipper teeth, so I want the needle to be butted up as close to that as possible. For me that's the left position, and that's as far as it will go. So I'm going to open the zipper pull just a little ways. You don't want that zipper pull anywhere near your stitching at the time because otherwise you're going to get a wobbly line in your stitching. So I have got the foot right up against that zipper teeth line, and I'll just start by stitching a little back stitch. I'm going to remove my pins as I go. Do you see why they're head down and point away from me? Is they're nice and easy to remove. Now keeping that zipper foot butted up against the zipper teeth, and every time you finish make sure that needle's in the down position. I'm just going to lift my presser foot and I'm going to pull this zipper pull right up now so it's well out of the way and I can continue to the bottom. We'll go into Spitfire mode. I'll just finish this off and I'll join you when I'm down at the end. Just down at the end, just past the end of the zip, there's some little metal clasps there. That's where the zipper pull goes down to and stops. I'm just going a wee bit past that, anchoring my stitching line, and that's one half done already. Now if we turn that around and take a look at it, you see how nice and close to those zipper teeth our fabric is. And I'm going to basically do exactly the same thing with the other piece of fabric. The zip is going to go face down on the other piece. Right sides together, just like before. Now I am using a contrasting thread so that you can see the stitches nice and easily. Normally you would use a matching thread. And I'm actually working from the bottom to the top this time because I want to keep my zip up and the fabric down. Make sure I've got those edges lined up. And because my zip is to the left of my foot, I'm keeping that needle in that position so I can butt it right up against those zipper teeth, as far over as I can go. Start a little bit past the end of the zip, back stitch, and away I go. So I've almost got to the end of the zip and there's that big zipper pull. Now we don't want to stitch around that because we are not going to get a straight line. So needle down, press a foot up, flip the top fabric and just undo that zip, freeze everything up. And we'll just put that foot down again and stitch our way to the end, just past the top of the zip. We back stitch and completed. Now we've got our zip sewn in left and right. We flip it around. You can see the zip sitting there really nicely, neatly, and if you were making this into a bag you might want to give it a bit of a press from this side. A good idea, being a plastic zip, is to maybe put a pressing cloth over the top of it and just gently press. Plastic and irons don't mix well. Of the metal zip, say on a pair of jeans or trousers or a skirt, you don't need to worry so much about, but with a plastic zip it pays just to take that extra care. But you can see the zip sitting in there nicely. You can, if you want, top stitch just to give a bit more definition. If you want that zip showing, for instance, in the top of a bag, you can give it a top stitch. So I'll demonstrate a quick top stitch now just to finish that off. And it's pretty much the same as before. So we'll undo that zip a little bit just to free up that space. Now I'm going to move my stitching line a little bit further away from the zipper teeth now, and I'm going to give about 1/8 of an inch so that you can see the stitching line but it's not interfering with the zipper teeth. So we'll just, and there's no need to pin because everything's held in place. I'm just holding the fabric open a little bit just so it's all nice and even. And you'll get used to the feel of the fabric and everything under your fingers as you learn more and more. Now back to that zipper pull. Let's get it out of the way and down to the end. And repeat for the other side. About 1/8 of an inch away. Right, all done. I think that top stitching just sets everything off really nicely. It's an optional extra, but it looks good. And there you have it. one zipper installed for a bag or something similar. Easy peasy. Hey, my victory stitches out there. Fun fact number 33 from your friend Jules here. Science has proven that you live longer when you click the like button. Releases endorphins in the brain, makes you live longer. If you want to live longer, click that like button. And if you want to live even longer still, subscribe and comment below. And I'll catch you next time. Bye!